Welcome to the Money for Dads podcast. This is your host, Adam Katz. This podcast is for dads like you and me who want to save on everything, stretch your paycheck, and spend more time with your family. I don't want you or your spouse to be forced anymore to pick up extra shifts, take second jobs, work overtime, or sacrifice necessities just to pay your bills. I want you to be able to choose how you spend your time while giving your kids the most amazing childhoods possible. And that's why I created this podcast. If you're listening to this podcast, you probably have kids, and they probably ask you for things. And sometimes you just have to say no. But how do you say no to your kids in a way that they learn about money and that doesn't just shoot them down? Because that's really important, both as a parent, so this way you can treat your kids in a way that you want to be treated, but so that your kids learn about money. And so the way I do it is when one of my kids asks me for something, at least the first time, not the second, third, fourth, fifth, or the 10th time. I don't just say no. I don't say we can't afford it, unless we really can't afford it, because sometimes they ask for crazy things. I say, well, if we buy that, then we won't have the money to do this or to buy this. I tell them that we want to spend our money on vacations, spending time together, or on tuition, or important things. Not that what they want is not important, but I tell them that we have to make choices, and that we've made choices. We want to buy healthy food, so that costs us a lot more money. And so I try to put things in that perspective. So it's a choice. We could either buy this or we could buy that. Now, what do you think is more important? Because we can't continue to do both, right? If we spend $500 on this, right? If we go here, we do this, well, then we can't go on our annual trip to Pennsylvania, right? If it costs the same amount, then we have to make a choice. We have limited amounts of money. Everyone has limited amounts of money. And in this way, they understand that I'm not just saying no to them, but I'm saying yes to something else. Because we can always say yes to something, and they don't even hear the word no. So it doesn't become a me versus them. It becomes, here's what we have, and this is how we live our lives. This is also what we value. We value being healthy. We value this, we value that. And so that's where we decide to put our money. I also talk to them about what I've mentioned many times before, whether it's the Rolls-Royce test or a need versus a want. And so they can understand, is this something you really need? Is it? Maybe it is. Is this something you really want? So some of the time, we'll end up buying it for them. Because sometimes maybe it's a need, sometimes we can balance things out, sometimes it's really good for them, and we'll go ahead and do it. But either way, they learn how to spend money, how to think about money, how to think about their values, what's important to them, what's important to their parents, and how to put things in a different perspective rather than just thinking, can we buy it, yes or no? And this will help serve them throughout life. And it has really helped shape my thoughts about money and where I put my money. Right? We work hard for our money. My wife and I both work, and the kids see us working hard. My son David, he's 2 right now, and he loves grape juice. We're Jewish. On Friday night and Saturday, Shabbos morning, we do Kiddush. We have grape juice. And so he loves grape juice. He's obsessed with it. And it's terrible because juice is just awful. So we buy the light version, and we've come up with different solutions here and there. But he now associates grape juice with work. My wife put that in his head, which is great. So he knows that when we go to work, we work so we can afford things. And we can afford things like grape juice. So now, when I get home from work, he runs to me, gives me a big hug, and says, grape juice. So he kind of understands that. And our other kids, my daughter, she's 9 years old, and we have 2 kids between, and they all now get work and money and perspective on some level. And I'm so glad that we are able to teach them that. So that, I think, is a really good way to teach your kids about money. Put it in that perspective. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. To help you get started on your journey, to stretch your income, save on everything, and spend more time with your family, you should visit my website, moneyfordads.com, and download the Money for Dads Starter Kit for free. In the kit is the Money for Dads Amazing and Simple Budget Template, which auto-calculates everything. It's so easy to use. And you'll also get my 11 money-saving tips guaranteed to change your life. They're philosophies that I use that have helped me to stretch my family's income as much as I have. So if you like this podcast, then subscribe. And if you think that it could help somebody else, a friend of yours, share it with them. I'd love to be able to help more people. And even better, which would help get the word out even more about this podcast, give it a review and a rating. I read all reviews, and I'd love to hear how the podcast helps you. So go to your favorite podcast player, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whichever one you use, and give it a review and a rating now. The more reviews that I have, the more we can share these ideas with the world, build the Money for Dads community, and help more dads spend more time with their families. Also, if you write a review, I'll probably give it a shout out on a future podcast. Thanks again for listening, and have an awesome rest of the day.